I believe I was raised in the best city in the world. Although Washington, D.C. may not top everybody's list, growing up there changed my life. My mom had 5 young children, and on Saturdays, while my middle school friends were at the mall or at trampoline parks or hanging out with each other, we would load into the minivan and drive downtown. In D.C., we would pick a museum. Sometimes it was the Natural History Museum, sometimes it was the American History Museum, but one that we frequented was the National Gallery of Art. While my brothers ran around, a lot of times I spent time just sitting there feeling bored. Ellen Parr says, "The cure for boredom is curiosity, and there is no cure for curiosity." As I spent time in the gallery board, I decided to pique my curiosity. I started to look at the paintings, I started to observe them, and I spent a lot of time sitting on the benches with my siblings. Some of the paintings became favorites of mine, some I still didn't like, but my boredom definitely had decreased. My mom would be happy, but not surprised to know that now I spend a lot of my time at this place on campus, the MOA. Here I find lots of beauty and peace. I love to sit and do my homework. I love to bring friends, but art has ultimately become a very big passion of mine. All my friends who know me know that I'll talk your ear off about art, and I also bring lots of people who are close to me in my life to the MOA to get to see why I love it so much. As I brought these friends here, I've also gone on dates here. One thing I've noticed is that lots of people don't know what to do at an art gallery. And since we live in Provo, all of you will probably end up at some point at the MOA wanting to know what you're talking about, eager to impress somebody. So I'm here to help you and tell you what you should do at an art gallery. The 3 things that can be helpful is to notice the color and light, to trust your intuition, and to observe others. When you're at an art gallery, a great first step is to look at each painting and notice the color and lighting. Usually the artist intended meaning with these 2 things, and you don't have to have an art degree or know what you're talking about to notice where they've placed the color and the light. When you look at a painting, you can find a lot of meaning in it and some symbolism that you may not have otherwise noticed. Another thing that you can do at an art gallery is to trust your intuition. Everyone has different taste in art. Some people like certain artists, some people like different pieces, and your taste will grow as you grow in your knowledge of art. But there are pieces that naturally will stand out to you, where you will love the way the artist presented it, or you'll feel just a feeling within you that I love when I stroll art galleries. My personal favorite painting, The Kiss by Gustav Klimt, was one that initially caught my eye. I first noticed the color and lighting, but also my intuition just told me that this was a painting that was going to be very special to me. When you trust your intuition, it often can lead you to learn more about the history of a piece of artwork. For example, there's a very scandalous background to this one that we won't get into today, but I encourage you, as you start your art journey, to take the time to learn more about these pieces that your heart is naturally drawn to. Another thing that you can do in an art gallery, and to me probably the most important, is to observe other people around you. Art galleries are my favorite place to people watch. I have albums on my phone where I've taken pictures of couples, of elderly people, of young children. An art gallery to me feels like the best of humanity because everybody is growing and learning and observing beautiful pieces. A research study in Norway proved that viewing art actually decreases depression and anxiety, and those who viewed art consistently had overall better health. I don't think this is a coincidence at all. When you spend time in an art gallery and you observe the people around you, you feel connected not only to the art but also to others who enjoy observing it. If you don't know what you're doing in an art gallery, it's helpful just to see what pieces other people linger by, to watch their gaze, to see if they're painting it or if they're taking notes. Or bring a friend, maybe somebody who's interested in art or who's not, and you can discuss it together. Art, although may feel like it's a solitary activity to enjoy it, but ultimately when you spend time doing it with others, it becomes more meaningful for you. Art to me has played a huge role in my life. I love observing it. I love talking about it with my family who also have experienced a growth in their love for it. I'm far from the boredom I felt when I first went to the National Gallery in DC when I was younger. And as you grow in your journey with art, hopefully you can take these tips, but also it's good to remember that at the end of the day, if you have nothing to do in an art gallery, if you feel bored, if you don't know what you're doing, there always is very comfy benches. Thank you so much.